Hi everyone! Today, we're back renovating abandoned storage units. Today guys is the final day of the project, so I decided I would stop by the local coffee shop here. I bought all the guys coffee, donuts, and bagels as a thank you because we've been hard at work the last several weeks here, but why don't we hop in the GMC Denali and get on over to the property. Like always guys, there's a full mods list link down below. And if you end up enjoying today's video, hit the like button. It's much appreciated. Like I mentioned guys, today is the final day of the job here for us. The final day of the project, which is super exciting. But we do have our work cut out here for us. You guys can see on the back of the trailer, we have a backhoe, which I did rent from the local equipment rental. And we also did rent a big grader here. We needed these to work on the project. So today, we're going to be doing a few things here. Why don't we just get the ramps unfolded there. We'll do a quick walk around and we'll get right to work. Last week, guys, we did a lot of construction here. We doubled the amount of storage units by building more buildings. And it looks like they're putting the last few garage doors on here. But all these buildings are new except starting right where I'm standing is somewhat original. And then we added more on the other side there. But you guys can see we're going to be working on the parking lots. And there is over a dozen gravel piles all over. It took over a day here for the trucking company to bring it all in. It was super expensive, but hey, gravel is a lot cheaper than having an asphalt parking lot here, so that's what we're going to be doing. Now out back here, we're going to be doing some equipment storage. So equipment that can't fit inside, we'll be charging a monthly rental fee here. So we're going to be putting some gravel over there, and I'm going to be building a little tiny access road, and then this will be a little storage area. It looks like we do have a few more workers here. They're actually up on the big lift. They're working on some last things on the roof there in that trim. And then we should be all set here. Now, out here where I'm standing is actually going to be big commercial parking for RVs, dump trucks, things like that here. So that's why you guys can see I did a little bit of land work here to prep for all the gravel here. Oh, wow. I don't think I've seen this much gravel in quite some time here. But before we do any of the parking lots, I want to work on the gates here. So I bought a small office. It's like a 10 by 10 office with a window, and we're going to be putting a gate here, and then we're also going to be putting a new fence in. So why don't we get working on that? I need the backhoe to dig the footings for the fence in the small office, and then once we get that built, we'll then work on the parking lot. We are finishing this just in time here because tomorrow, guys, we have about a half dozen renters moving in. And by the end of this week, guys, this is almost going to be about 50 to 60% full since I already did pre-rent it out here. So that is great to see. I definitely want to start to get some rental income coming on in here because it is super expensive to keep making the payments here. And we're going to be keeping this property as well, which is going to be super exciting. You guys will be seeing it with a homeowner series. And hint, we could buy some more toys and stuff since now we could use a storage unit here. But we'll get here to digging. Let's take a look at the new gate, guys. I decided to go with the gate a little bit wider than the entrance here for any big trucks or any big trailers here. And oh, look at this, guys. We got a small office here, so I hired a part-time employee that's going to be working 10 to 15 hours a week, helping customers get units rented, things like that here. So we're all set here. And the last thing I want to do, guys, is finish up the fence because out front we have some construction fencing. So I want to take that down and put up the fence we're going to be using here. We're just going to stay with the same one that's been all around the property. And we're just going to continue it on over here. So let's do that quick. And I also want to take down the construction fence. Alright, we got the fence installed all the way around the property, and now we have the office space here. We're all set. let's get to work on this gravel parking lot here. So one thing I'm thinking about doing, guys, is I'm going to be hopping in the Komatsu grader. I want to see if we could use that here for this big stretch all the way down and grade it. Now what we want to do is we want the middle going all the way down a little bit lower so that water goes away from the building, and that is what we're going to be doing here. Now the grader, guys, is going to be the way to go here. A big project like this, you have to have the right machines, and this thing costs like $2,000 to $3,000 a day to rent here, so hopefully we could get it done today. Otherwise I'd have to rent it for another one, and we already have tenants moving in, so we're going to be working late tonight if we don't get it done. Alright, let's see how we're going to do it. We're just going to be driving into these piles. The first thing I really want to do is to get these piles kind of leveled on out as much as we can. This grader is the most efficient way here for us to spread the gravel. Here you guys can see we've made a lot of progress here. We have 3 more trucks in the road ready to go for any low spots here. I want to do it right, have enough, and not really try to stretch what we have here. So that's why we have a lot more waiting for us here. But we're running this grader, guys, is awesome. It's definitely the right machine for the job here, which is pretty sweet. You guys can see, wow, I mean, we have 2 more piles in here, and you guys can see we got most of this done here. So why don't we switch out of this machine, hop back in the backhoe, and let's work on down there at the extended parking lot area, because the grader is just too big for that area. And then we could also use this to fill in some smaller areas here that need a little bit more gravel here. But for the most part, the grader really spread out all those piles here. Alright, well, let's get to work here with the backhoe. It's going to be a little tricky to really get on back here, but what I'm thinking is we should be able to just kind of put this in 4-wheel high, and yeah, we could actually just continue to push these piles. That's probably the way to do it. Almost not really do bucket by bucket, but oh yeah, we are pushing quite a bit here. So this is how we're going to do it, and we definitely want this area nice and graveled, because this is going to be the extra parking as well. Doing some more finishing touches here with the grader, working on just the long stretches here, and also on this parking entrance here. You guys can see I'm just going nice and even all over, and this grader is working out well here for us. This was well worth the 1-day rental, and without this the backhoe would have taken quite a bit longer, but luckily we brought the backhoe to end up working on that gate and that booth there, because that little office booth did take quite a bit of excavation, and I definitely wanted to have the right machine for that as well. But let's see here, we have a little bit of extra gravel, which is perfect. That's always good to have some extra here for the job sites, and plenty is going to make it a lot easier here for us. Now, when I do snowplow, I'm just going to have to raise the skids of the snowplow so we don't really scrape up too much gravel. But hey, we could always just rake it back, especially when the ground's frozen. I don't think that's going to be too much of a worry. And you guys can see we're almost done here. 1 or 2 more piles left, but guys, there we have it here. Job well complete. By the end of today, this is ready to go for tomorrow morning. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next one, and subscribe for more.